Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Fino Concept. So I got my hand on the Dell XPS L322X notebook laptop, but is it any good? Well, let's find out. Now this is among the first Dell XPS laptop, if it is not actually the first, and the one I have here came with Windows 7 pre-installed, but I had to upgrade it to Windows 10 because why not? Now first off, this one weighs 1.3 kilograms, and those of you who are interested in specs, the unit I got my hand on has the Intel Core i5 processor with integrated graphics, 4 gigs of RAM, a 13-inch Full HD screen, and 128 gigs of SATA SSD. All of these I'll talk about later in the video. For the design, it's pretty slim and quite small. There's no optical drive slot, so let me just point it out. I wasn't really expecting to see any on this because it's a 13-inch laptop. We also have the power port, the USB Type-A port, and a headphone jack on the right, the mini display port and a second USB Type-A port, and a battery indicator on the left. Now I know some of you will complain that there's no HDMI port or Ethernet port, but there are dongles lying around on the internet, so I think you can purchase some online. Now I like the idea that they included a battery indicator in this, so now you don't have to turn on the computer to see how much battery life you have in there. You just press the button and you will know right away. Now with a 35 watt battery, you are expected to get around 5 hours of general usage. The AC adapter too is not too big nor distracting, outputting about 45 watts of power. You can top up your battery quickly in case it dies on you. It seems everything on this laptop is tiny and portable. The back has a flashy reflective Dell logo, which I love, and I love the matte finish on the back as well. Speaking of the screen, it's a 13-inch 1080p display with no pen or touch input. It supports a maximum resolution of 1366 by 768 at 32-bit 60 Hz, which is not the fastest refresh rate in 2020, but we are already used to 60 Hz already, so I don't think it's going to be a problem here. Watching movies or videos in general in 1080p looks great in case you don't mind the bad viewing angles of the screen. But then again, I don't think you'll be tilting the screen to watch your videos. So as long as you are watching your videos directly, looking at the screen, you're not going to have any problems. I like the placement of the power button, just flash on the side of the laptop right next to the keyboard. This makes it less intrusive when you are typing. Speaking of the keyboard, typing on it is very satisfying. I felt I was a bit faster than when I typed on my older Dell N5050. The sad thing is the keyboard is much smaller, and even though I have small hands and small fingers, even for me I think they are still too small. They are quiet and have a nice comfy feel when pressing each key. I love the fact that it is backlit, so those of you who will be typing in the dark for some reason, this is a pretty handy feature for you. So what I don't like about this keyboard besides the small size is the navigation or arrow keys, but I believe it's better than having the left and right key larger than the top and bottom. At least with this, they are all uniform. The touchpad is also quite small, but it works without any flaws. My only complaints here are the unsatisfying clicks when you use the left and the right click buttons. For the speakers, they are just located at the top of the keyboard and they fire directly to the screen. Although I can't really show you guys so much here, it is within this black area you see here. Honestly, they are not impressive, so if you want to get the best quality when playing games or watching videos, I think you should connect your headset or an external speaker to it. As for the fans, they are really loud on a heavy CPU load. This is how it sounds like. So like I said, this is running on Intel Core i5 3437U CPU, clocked in at 1.9 GHz, which can be maxed up to 2.4 GHz. Gladly, it supports the 64-bit operating system since it is an x64 based processor. Now for me, I really like this because most of the laptops I have seen in this form factor run on the x86 based processor. So anytime you want to download some software or run some apps on it, you have to get the 32-bit, and it's quite annoying. With this, you can run both 32 and 64 at the same time. So the Dell M5050 I use has the exact resolution as this one, and even though it is running on Intel HD 3000, this is running on Intel HD 4000. So I was really curious on how this one plays games. So what I did was I installed Blur, that racing game, to test it out if it was better than my Dell M5050. Once everything was done, I launched the game and waited and waited and waited. But the annoying thing is I had to close it and relaunch it, and I still had to wait. So I just closed it and forgot about it. Luckily, if you decide to play games on this, the 1.3 megapixel webcam, which is located at the top, should get you some decent quality of video. Alright, so those of you who are interested in how the webcam and the audio sounds like, this is how it is. It is up here, so I'll probably be looking at you. Likely it's not down here, and I don't know, I think it's quite decent. Oh, who am I kidding? The webcam is actually terrible. What I don't understand is why laptop manufacturers won't use the camera we get on smartphones as their webcam. Anyway, I saw this compartment at the bottom where I thought it was an easy access to the RAM, but it turned out to be some Dell sticker with some more info in there. In case you want to upgrade this, you can open up these 10 screws, which I think you have to open more than that. And in case you want to upgrade anything, you can obviously upgrade the SSD and the RAM up to 8 gigs. For the price, unfortunately, I couldn't get the exact pricing as at the time I'm recording this video. So once I do that, I'll leave it as a pinned comment below. Anyway, that is our look at the Dell XPS L322X. And let me know what you think about this video by commenting below. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and other channels, which I have them linked below. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concepts, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. L322X notebook laptop, but is it any good? Well, let's find out. There's no optical. Anyway, what I don't like about this keyboard, besides the small size, is the navigation buttons. So what I don't like about this keyboard, besides the small size, my only complaints here are the unsatisfying. For the speakers, they are just located at the top of the keyboard, and they are fired it then. As for the fans, they are really loud on the high CPU load, on a heavy CPU load. As for the fans, they are really high. They are really loud. Gladly, it supports the 64-bit operating system since it is an x64 based operator. So what I did was I installed Blur.